Welcome to a video on high voltage engineering for B7 semester electrical engineering. This is a video on unit 4 generation of high voltages and currents, and it is a third video in this series on topic generation of high voltages DC using voltage doubler circuit. Let us see the learning objectives. In this video, we are going to understand how to generate high voltage DC using voltage doubler. We are going to check with the design constraints of voltage doubler circuit. We are going to understand how we can cascade several voltage doubler circuits to obtain higher voltages. And lastly, we would like to see why isolation transformer is needed in cascade circuit. Let us check with the voltage doubler circuit diagram. The circuit diagram shows a high voltage transformer T1 along with two rectifiers elements, rectifier R1 and R2, and two condensers C1 and C2 along with load resistance. In the steady state, during the negative half cycle, the rectifier R1 will get forward biased and rectifier R2 will be reverse biased. So for understanding the operation, kindly pay your attention to the animation shown on the circuit diagram for clarity in explanation. So we can see here the polarity during negative half cycle has been shown with lower terminal positive for the transformer secondary and upper terminal negative. Hence rectifier R1 is forward biased and R2 is reverse biased. So the current will flow through rectifier R1 and it will charge capacitor C1. Pay attention to the current flow animation shown on the diagram. As current flows through R1 and capacitor C1 charges to maximum secondary voltage or transformer with the polarity shown in the diagram along with the direction of flow of charging current. So during negative half cycle, capacitor gets charged with right plate positive having voltage Vmax. Let us now check with the consecutive positive half cycle operation. During the positive half cycle, the polarity of transformer secondary reverses and rectifier R2 gets forward biased while rectifier R1 is reverse biased. So kindly pay attention to the animation shown on the diagram for clarity. We can see the polarity of transformer secondary and already capacitor C1 is holding a charge on it. During positive half cycle, as the voltage rises, R2 will get forward biased, R1 will get reverse biased. Now pay attention to the flow of current from transformer through C1, R2 load and back. As the positive rising voltage of supply increases from 0 to Vmax, capacitor C2 charges to a potential of twice Vmax through rectifier R2 as shown on the diagram. Hence we observe the net voltage appearing across load terminal in the form of charge stored in capacitor C2 is twice the maximum voltage of transformer secondary. This way the voltage doubler or voltage doubling operation is achieved using a simple circuit. Let us now check with the voltage doubler waveforms. In this waveform there are three different waveforms visible from bottom to top. First one is the AC input voltage waveform, which is a transformer secondary voltage waveform. Since the operation has been explained with respect to negative half cycle as a beginning point, so that's why negative half cycle has been shown first. Then waveform 2 is a AC output voltage waveform without a condenser filter or in the absence of capacitor condenser C2. The nature of voltage waveform will be an alternating voltage, but it is shifted with respect to time axis. And third, number 3 waveform is a DC voltage waveform with condenser filter. It shows the average value of DC voltage, the mean value of waveform 2 in presence of condenser filter. Kindly pay attention to the animation, how the waveforms progress from one half cycle to another. So this way the output voltage obtained as waveform 3 has average value less as compared to the peak value of AC voltage appearing across the load. Let us revise the circuit operation, what we have seen from the circuit and also from the waveform. During negative half cycle, the condenser C1 gets charged through rectifier R1 to a maximum voltage of Vmax plus Vmax with the polarity shown earlier in the diagram. In the positive half cycle that follows, the transformer voltage rises to Vmax and the potential of other terminal of capacitor C1 rises to twice Vmax. Thus condenser C2 charges through rectifier R2 to a potential of twice Vmax. The DC output voltage on load will be less than twice Vmax depending upon two factors. One is the time constant C2RL and secondly the charging time constant. Let us move to the further points related to circuit operation. The fifth point, the percentage ripple in the output voltage of a voltage doubler can be reduced to less than 2% if two important conditions are fulfilled. First one is the ratio of load resistance to the resistance of input transformer should be less than or equal to 10, and the second condition is the ratio of transformer leakage reactance to the resistance of transformer should be less than or equal to 0.25. If these conditions are satisfied, then it is possible to minimize the ripple content below 2% value. Peak inverse voltage rating of individual rectifier should be 2 V max, and condensers C1 and C2 are also rated for the same voltages, that is at twice V max. 7th point is that the ripple voltage in this circuit is found to increase with increase in the load current. So if there is a variation in load current, then the ripple content will also vary with it. This is a sort of a drawback. We want that the output voltage should be independent of a load current in order to have better voltage regulation. The cascaded voltage doublers are used when higher voltages are required without changing the input transformer voltage level. If you are interested in obtaining voltages higher than twice Vmax, then several voltage doublers may be connected in cascade without using a higher rating transformer or without changing the input transformer voltage level. So in this same video, we are going to check a variation of voltage doubler circuit with the effect of cascading. So let us move ahead and check with the cascaded voltage doubler circuit. Kindly pay attention. Here there are two voltage doubler circuits connected in series. The output of first voltage doubler circuit, as highlighted now in the diagram, you can see through a blue box or blue highlight. So this is the first stage consisting of rectifier R1, R2, condenser C1, C2 and transformer T1. This is a simple voltage doubler that we have seen in the earlier section of this video. If you want to go for higher voltages, then we may add additional voltage doubler circuit at its output. So the second voltage doubler circuit consists of rectifier elements R3, R4, condenser C3, C4 and supplied from transformer T2. The care has to be taken in such a circuit that the supply to the second stage voltage doubler must be isolated from the supply of first transformer, because the cathode potential of second stage voltage doubler is at a potential of twice V with respect to ground. So with this care, let us go through the circuit operation details as discussed. The first set of elements, that is rectifiers R1, R2 with transformer T1 along with condensers C1 and C2, form a simple voltage doubler providing output voltage of twice V as described in the earlier part of this video. This circuit may be duplicated and connected in series or cascade to obtain further voltage doubling to 4V. the transformer T provides isolation to transformer T2 as it is at a maximum voltage of 2V max above the ground potential. The values of all the condensers that are used in the circuit must be chosen equal in order to maintain uniform voltage distribution across all the rectifier strings R1, R2, R3 and R4. So in this way we have understood how to obtain high DC voltages from a voltage doubler circuit, and we have also understood how to minimize the ripple content in the output of such a voltage doubler circuit. Then we have taken up the voltage cascading. Two or more voltage doublers, they may be connected in series in order to obtain more than twice the voltage. Let us move ahead further and understand that the arrangement as explained in the cascading circuit above may be extended by adding more stages to obtain voltages of 6V, 8V or higher multiples. But the only problem that lies is the design of isolation transformer at higher voltage level becomes cumbersome above a voltage of 4V, since cathode potential of higher stage rectifiers are at high potential above ground. Hence, this kind of arrangement can be used only for obtaining voltages up to a maximum of 4 times of maximum transformer secondary voltage. For higher number, a different configuration of circuit is required that would be discussed in the future videos or further topics. So that's all in this particular video. If you have any queries, then you can post it on appropriate forum. Thanks for watching.